Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on a scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bitch Bible. Thank you, everyone who listened to my limited series, The Bump Bible. It came out last week. If you are living in the dark and you want to follow me along my pregnancy journey, it starts off really adorable and then takes a deep dive around week 8 or 9 when Andrew left me for dead for the Cotswolds, and I was tending to the child whilst in extreme agony. And I don't know how much of that was real or how much of it was exaggerated for sport, like hindsight being 2020. What I will tell you is this. I got out of the shower T-minus 14 minutes ago. And when I looked at the proximity of my nipples to my belly button, they are so close. They are slowly aligning like in a linear format. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like, this is not a joke, which, can I just tell you something? The amount of people roaming this planet that are not funny, that have no idea that they're not funny, like, baffles me. Specifically comedians. Like, I've encountered a couple comedians recently, and like, unless they are sticking to a written monologue, couldn't be less funny. And I want to pull them aside and be like, first of all, you got to get a new gig. This one isn't going to take off. You're not funny. If you're not funny for sport out in the open wild, how is this going to translate to a stage long term? I just don't understand. Give up on your dreams, okay? Give up on your dreams. So yeah, my nipples are slowly encroaching on my belly button. And it's not great. My self-esteem at this point, I would say is it's still pretty high. It's still probably too high given my state, my physical state, which I'm gorgeous and I'm tiny. You should know I'm 6 months pregnant, and the waist, if these tits were chopped off, the waistline is still very much so snatched. I still have a 3-finger thigh gap, so do not even fucking come from me. I had a family member text me a couple days ago and was like, yeah, so-and-so saw you and said you look really, really pregnant. LOL. And I was like, LMAO, party rock is in the house tonight. I am really pregnant. So should we get a measuring tape out? Because I'm still looking good. You can't touch me. I'm feeling really, really good today because, first of all, I went to a Nordstrom Rack because after flying economy, I've just kind of really gotten back to my roots. Got these adorable, if you're watching the video, fuck you, first of all. I've talked to you about this. Stop watching the video. There's nothing to see here. But I did get these adorable Christian Dior, kind of cat eye mixed metal glasses for $209.95. But more important than that, okay? Originally $650, new season, exciting. They're not really a white. I would say they're kind of like a pale blush and bashful. And we love anything with a mixed metal, really. Need to feel alive. More important than the glasses, I also got a pair of Nordstrom Rack brand pajamas. Eberge Wishes. And then I also bought this shirt for $39.97. Okay. It's All Saints, extra large and asymmetrical, kind of cute ruched shirt that highlights the waist because I thought I must not be giving the people enough body. The tits are massive, but the waistline is there. So I've kind of just been wearing these mini tents, and I think I need to rejig the format and go to something a little bit more formed fitting, but slightly blousey in the boobs because the boobs are so large that they're giving me extra real estate that doesn't even really belong to me and is going to be chopped off in 2027. So I went to Nordstrom Rack and I thought, what a time. I also was trying to find Clyde some like new Vans. It's his birthday tomorrow and we're going to Santa Barbara. We're doing the whole thing. I'm trying to downsize. We're going to get back to the Nordstrom Rack. Shelf it. Somebody remind me to pick that up in about 3.5 minutes. It's Clyde's birthday tomorrow and Dork 2000. I bought the streamers. I bought the banners. I bought balloons that I'm going to make Andrew blow up manually and then like duct tape to the fucking wall with blue tape, obviously. And I got him like these special Erewhon dumb fuck, hidden veggie waffles. We're going to have those in the morning. Then I got him a cupcake. Then we're going to go to Santa Barbara. Then we're going to go to the zoo. Then we're going to go to the Rosewood. Then we're going to watch the train. Then we're going to have overpriced tacos. Then we're going to have a teppanyaki dinner. It's going to be a whole beautiful experience. And I'm not a big birthday person, which sounds like a lie, but it's 100% true. I feel like every day is my birthday. I'm a double Leo Scorpio rising. So the world, the moon, the sun, and Mars rotate for me and exclusively me. So I don't really make a big deal out of my birthday, especially since when I was growing up, and I've buried this so deep I didn't even remember. My parents would always go on like a couple's romantic getaway to Hawaii conveniently the week of my birthday and like leave me from maybe like 15, 16 years old. My parents would pack their bags, hightail it to the North Shore or wherever the fuck they went, leave me and my sister for dead, left me to babysit for a week at like 15 years old. And that's not even the worst of it, okay? I was babysitting all of my younger cousins by like age 7. They were like, they deadbolted the doors, gave us a DiGiorno pizza and was like, stay alive till we get home. And we never knew if that was going to be like 10 p.m. or 1 a.m. And we would just free ball it. And I had so much control over the home. I'm like, we're watching the Lizzie McGuire movie, whether you hoes like it or not. My little cousins are like, I miss my mommy. And they wouldn't bring their cell phones, like by choice. They were like, don't call us, we'll call you. My sister would be in the corner having some type of a Lexapro withdrawal, like rocking back and forth, like Glenn Close, like breathing into a bag, calling her therapist because she had such separation anxiety. Lots of issues, that one. They've healed, but they were pretty peak, when she was like 4 or 5 years old. The bitch has been on Lexapro for years and years and years, okay? So they'd leave me with Osama bin Linda. That was her nickname. And my other 3 young cousins who were like 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And they're like, here's $20. Keep the kids alive. And I was like, okay, thanks. Bye. And I ran a real tight ship. And I think it's kind of trickled into my parenting style that now that we're workshopping this out loud, I don't really know what the point of that was. The point was that my birthdays, my parents celebrated me breathing. So birthdays were kind of a non-entity in my home because everything else I did was the biggest deal. Hugged too much as a child, hardly trauma. But for Clyde, I was like, I want to make it really, really special. And Andrew's like, okay, we don't have to go overboard. Like he's turning 3 and I'm like, I got streamers, I got 4 banners, I got party hats, and I bought him everything that he asked for. And then I'm like, ew, that's not a great thing. So I got him, he asked for specifically a red sparkly drum set. I said, bitch, I got you. So we got him a drum set. I got him these stupid Dork 2000 like Disneyland, like plush toys. He has Minnie, he has Mickey, he has Donald Duck, and he brings them everywhere. Like, am I raising a Disney kid? I took him there once and he shat himself at 30-minute intervals, but it really left a lasting impression. That is my son, by the way. We love a Parasite in this house. He's like, Disneyland, Parasite, sign my ass up. So he's kind of like very into Mickey Mouse right now, which is, it's just so embarrassing. But did I buy him all the plush toys and now he has the full collection of Disneyland plush toys? Yes, I did. Dumb. I bought him like a pair of hot shorts, like a mini Rodini bathing suit, like hot pant. And then what else did I get him? Oh, he also asked for, he loves watching, nobody cares about my son's birthday gifts. Wow. another epiphany. Jackie, not one person cares about your son's birthday gifts. I'm just going to finish it and then we're going to go back to me getting into an altercation with a woman with hair tinsel at Nordstrom Rack. Okay. He is obsessed with the Jackson 5 performing on the Ed Sullivan Show. Niche, 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 niche. He loves Want You Back by Jackson 5. Specifically the live performance on the Ed Sullivan Show where young Michael Jackson wears a purple hat and a purple vest. And he asked for a purple hat and a purple vest. And it's kind of giving toddler pimp, which if the shoe fits, fucking wear it. So he has a wide brim purple felt pimp hat that I have wrapped and put little bows on. Okay. So I went to Nordstrom Rack to be one with the people, really riding this wave. I'm ugly, I'm fat, and I'm poor. Chugga chugga choo choo. So I go to Nordstrom Rack. Oh my God, did I tell you I also went to H&M? Who knew? I haven't been to an H&M in 17 years, but I need like some summer-friendly, fast fashion, on the cheap clothes that I can like wear for a month and then donate. We're in a donated space. Come September, I'm donating everything. The child, the toys, everything. We're cleansing. But I just like, when I was pregnant with Clyde, I remember I was buying like Gucci, like lace, like just like stupid shit. Like, so I spent so much money on like designer maternity clothes that haven't stood the test of time. And I just find that to be so stupid. I am a fiscal person bleeding out with this backyard. So we're not doing it. So I went to H&M. They were having a sale. I bought like 700 things for $3. It was crazy. And then I thought, I'm going to go to a Nordstrom Rack. I haven't been to a Nordstrom Rack in forever, and I hear great things. And I actually ran into someone who was wearing the most beautiful Bottega Veneta glasses. I said, oh my God, I haven't seen those. Those are gorgeous. Where'd you get them? She goes, Nordstrom Rack. I said, get the fuck out of here. So I went to Nordstrom Rack, okay? And I'm waiting in line, and there is a woman with the dykiest haircut you've ever seen. And I say that lovingly. You know, it's a compliment to her. It's the nicest thing I could say about her. A real dykey bowl cut. And she's probably mid-60s. She's in a tank top, a spaghetti strap tank top, which, you know, let's sit with that for a second. I just want you to close your eyes and visualize. She's probably like 65 years old. The rosacea is popping. She looks liver spotted. She looks like she's just crushed a box of Chardonnay. Okay. Just blisters all over the face, like torn blood vessels. And one of the, you know, like an alcoholic's nose, like a puffy nose. She's got one of those noses. She's wearing a spaghetti strap. She should never wear a spaghetti strap. Those arms shouldn't see the light of day. Love her like a sister. Body positivity podcast over here. She should be wrapped like a fucking in saran wrap. She should be wearing a year-round pashmina with those arms. But bless her. She's letting it all hang out. Tits down low, wobble to and fro. Time in a knot, time in a motherfucking bow. She's got a short on too. Real short. I wouldn't say like a dolphin short, but like a fold over cotton pool short, let's say. And then she's wearing a sandal. Those toes are fighting for their life. I mean, they couldn't be closer. There's no proximity of toe space. Like the toes are one at this point. She's got little potato feet, okay? Like little blocks of cheddar cheese, okay? With a cankle to die for. You couldn't find an ankle. You couldn't find an ankle with a gun to your head. And she's standing at the front and she's holding just the most heinous crossbody bag that you could ever possibly imagine. And she's talking to the store manager. First, she's talking to like a sales associate behind the counter. And I'm waiting in the line like a woman of the world, you know? So I don't have full proximity to what's going on. But I can feel that there's like tension. I'm reading the temperature of a room. I'm so aware of people, places, and things around me. And I can kind of get the vibe from all the people, like all the cashiers, like shit's going down. So now I'm getting excited, okay? And I'm getting closer and closer. I'm like, oh my God, I hope I'm at the register closest to her. I hope I'm at the register closest to her. Like, oh, I need this. I need this on my Saturday. And limbs start flailing and I can see deep sighs and I know shit's going down. And I'm feeling like that internal knowing of thyself that this whole situation is for me. This, once again, the universe is rewarding me and I need to step in here. So sure enough, Register 1 is now available, and I bring my sunglasses and my Nordstrom Rack polyblend pajamas and my asymmetrical, who makes this? Who makes it? Scotch and Soda, my Scotch and Soda XL asymmetrical t-shirt, and I am chomping at the bit because I am well rested. I took my prenatals this morning, and I'm ready to fucking rumble. So I get to the register. Okay. And this woman is arguing with the manager of the store about the price of this heinous crossbody bag. Okay. And she's looking at her and she's saying, I'm confused. What's the discount here? Did I mention she had tinsel in her butch dyke haircut? She's wearing a bowl cut. Oh, we don't say that anymore. Although all my lesbian friends said that I'm allowed to say, no, we don't cut it out. We're fine. It is what it is. Okay. She belonged on the back of a motorcycle. She's putting the dyke in a Rondike, okay, because she spends too much time on her Rondike chair in the Inland Empire. You know what I mean? With her fucking hair tinsel, just absorbing the sun. That's why she has so much sunburn happening, so much sun damage. She's got the shortest little bowl cut you've ever seen in your life with hair tinsel, okay? I saw 4 people with hair tinsel at Nordstrom Rack. Really, actually 3. I'm exaggerating. I saw 3 fucking people with hair tinsel. I'm like, Adrienne Maloof, where did you go? Where are you now that I need you? Little chode hair tinsel, it doesn't lay well at that length. Like you need a lot of you need extensions. You need a travertine entryway like Adrienne Maloof. I don't know. It was just a weird pop of pizzazz for this fucking woman. Okay. So she's standing there holding her bag and she's saying to the manager, she goes, I'm confused. Why does it say 50% off if it's $90? And the woman is like, I don't do the tagging. We just unload the inventory. The prices are as marked. She says, it says the original price of the bag is $2.99, but then it says 50% off and it says $90. So that's not 50% off. And then now I'm like, the numbers are crunching. John Nash, beautiful mind. I happen to be great at math. I said, ma'am, it's actually closer to 75% off, which is a good thing. So you're getting more bang for the buck. So I wouldn't argue for the mismarked discount. You actually got more of a discount. I would call that a win and buy the bag. And she goes, I'm not speaking to you. And I said, okay, well, you're screaming and it's becoming a group activity. What's the problem here? And the store manager is like, everything is prices marked. And so this fucking tinsel queen looks at the manager and she goes, let me ask you a question. What's half of $300? What's 50% off of $300? The manager goes, it's $150. Then why is the bag marked at $90? I said, ma'am, I started levitating. I said, you know what's so funny? Everyone else in this line is just waiting, and whatever the sticker says, that's what you fucking just pay. These glasses, these gorgeous mixed metal Dior glasses, guess what? $280, okay? And I'm not going to talk about it because that's what it says on the sticker, and I can fucking read. Can you fucking read? It says $90. Who cares about the percentage, especially if it's in your favor? Buy the fucking hideous crossbody bag or get the fuck out of here, bitch. Get out. You're arguing, would you like them to correct it so you end up spending more on your heinous bag so you can't re-up your hair tinsel next month? Or do you want to milk the fucking clock for this store manager who didn't personally ticket the fucking bag? Come on. I'm still I won't sleep about this for 7 days. I couldn't understand what the argument. I said, what is the agenda and the nature of this conversation? Would you like them to fix it? Do you want her to personally get out a Sharpie and write 78% off and to correct for the numericals? Or would you like her to correct it to $150? What is the agenda here? And she goes, I just think it's crazy. It's very confusing for the consumer. I said, you know what's confusing? The fact that you have hair tinsel in the height of summer. I find that to be confusing. But I have manners, so I'm keeping it to myself. I didn't say that. I said, I find a lot confusing about this transaction personally, but I'm going to keep it to myself. And then, she just kept going and going and going. I said, because she was saying to the manager, she goes, what's 50% off of 300? What does that say? And then what does that number say? And I said, bottom line, what does that number say? That's what you pay for the bag. You should call it a win and do cartwheels down the sunglass aisle. It's a wrap. We're done here. We're done here. What's the agenda? What's the mission statement of this conversation? And then like she got pissed and then she walked away. And then the store manager like literally grabbed my arm and she was like, thank you so much. Because she was being so nice about it. She's like, I'm really sorry, ma'am. Like I don't personally do the ticketing here. We just unload the inventory. Sometimes they get the discount wrong, but you know, it's more than 50% off. So I think that's a good thing. And she was being so cordial. It was killing me watching her have to just swallow it down while this cunt barked at her for no rhyme or reason. I felt the calling, okay? And I was like, I'm gonna make a scene and I'm gonna win. I broke her down. She walked away. She was huffing and puffing. She was going, and I was like, okay, bye. Have a nice day, Karen. See you later. Cute tinsel. And then I just, I couldn't control myself. Then now I'm holding all the cashiers hostage because I'm like, this fucking bitch. I just couldn't help it. There was no children around. I'm looking at the back at the line and I'm like, is she serious? Like we've gone rogue. Everyone's too emboldened to get into a fight right now. Like this is crazy. Like I'm so sorry you had to go through that. And the woman, the store manager literally clutched my wrist and she said, thank you so much. I said, any fucking time, Emily, any fucking time. Okay. I don't come to this store enough. I said, I haven't been here in many years. I will be back. Okay. And I will be serving my community outreach, whatever I can do to speed up the line, to enforce justice and to keep it fucking moving. And if I could, I don't know, de-influence these women on hair tinsel in the process, what a win for the community, Emily. I said, thank you so much. I'm going to wear my glasses out. And then you know what she did? She gave me not one, but 2 designer sunglass cases, one of which is a chartreuse Gucci velvet clutch that, adorable. I was like, oh, I don't need it. She's like, no, it's really cute, like as an evening bag. I'm like, honey, listen, I may be buying an asymmetrical scotch and soda discount top, but like I know ball and I have bags. I'm never carrying this as a clutch, but thank you so much. Like she gave that to me as like a gift. I'm going to show it to you. I'll post a picture of it. Okay. It's called an interactive experience, but I felt really good. I felt really, really good. It was I walked out of there just with like a pep in my step and I like flipped my hair and I put my new sunglasses on. I thought about keying Tinseltina's car, but I didn't. And then I wanted to like go back and be like, did she buy the bag? Like after all that, she better have bought the bag. Did she buy anything? She had a big cart too. Empty. Big ass cart. Empty. Negotiating fucking discounts that don't favor her. I don't understand. 23 minutes, not a breath, not a sip, not a break. Do better. I have made it a goal of mine this pregnancy to stay in shape and like commit to working out, but I'm not a gym person. Okay. I've never been a gym person. You're not going to catch me bench pressing or doing like weighted squats. Okay. And since I'm still ugly, fat, and poor, I can't be going to a personal trainer all the time. But what if I told you that you could replace your personal trainer with an app? It sounds crazy, but with Ladder, it actually works. I have so many friends that were using Ladder that were like, girl, get on board. Okay. And these aren't like influencer workouts or challenges. It's real progressive programming designed by certified coaches. You're going to get a plan every week that builds on the last. So the workouts connect, each week progresses and feel like structured training blocks. It feels like you have a coach just like with you every step of the way. I have been using Coach Maya. She's been kicking my ass. She's also like gorgeous and I'm obsessed with her. So that helps. Remove the guesswork with Ladder and get a real coach in your ear telling you exactly what to do for every workout. No thinking, everything planned for you. If you have an iPhone, head to ladder.fit/bitch Bible and take a quick quiz to find your perfect Ladder plan. Use my link and get a free 7-day trial with no credit card and $10 off your first month if you join. This backyard reno is taking years off my life. By the end of this, every stone yard from Alhambra to Reseda is going to know me on a first-name basis. But even though the outside of Casa Schimmel is in actual shambles, the inside is absolutely perfect, thanks to Article. Article has incredible, stylish, long-lasting pieces at a price point that you cannot beat anywhere. I already have like a ton of furniture from them, but most recently I bought a gorge rawhide ottoman and a curved walnut mirror. Obsessed. Okay, with both pieces. Also, as a frequent antiquer, it takes a lot for me to love and trust furniture that you buy online, but every product that I own from Article literally looks better than the already gorgeous photos from their website. They really do have the most beautiful furniture. If you watch the Bitch Bible podcast video, the blue velvet sofa in the background is from Article. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/Bible, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/Bible for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Sharp right. In this week's edition of Not All Heroes Wear Capes, and no, I'm not talking about me fighting for justice at the local Nordstrom rack. I discovered a little jewel this morning, and when I tell you, it has shifted my perspective on the internet, because as the great Kevin Spacey once said in American Beauty, tis a beautiful thing when you still have the ability to surprise yourself. I'm not entirely sure if that is the quote. What did Kevin Spacey do again? Was it like, it's had to have been grooming, child pedophilia, something disgusting, all of the above? We don't know. We don't care. Kevin Spacey, we don't support you here on this podcast. Sorry for quoting him. It was the character. It was whatever. It doesn't matter. This morning, I was faking pregnancy symptoms. I was like, Andrew, oh my God, the other night we had such an amazing evening. Andrew was giving me like an hour and 45-minute back rub. Okay. Because every day, this is the thing. You want to act like it's the least they can do, because it is literally the least they can do. But you also don't want to act like when they're like rubbing your feet or rubbing your back that like you're enjoying it too much. You want to like position yourself that it's not a luxury, it's a necessity for like a medical necessity. So that's what I've been doing. Like when he rubs my back, I'm like, yeah, and he's like, is that okay? And I'm like, and it feels great, but I'm just like, oh God, it's just my spine and oh God, my legs. Like I don't ever give him the satisfaction of him thinking that he's like relieving me or like giving me like a break. You know what I mean? Like I want the power structure to always be in my favor. So like we're never like overly being like giving him a gold star in the forehead for doing the bare minimum. You know what I mean? So he was rubbing my back, and then we will circle back. I will land this plane. Okay. I am sharp as a toothpick these days, and thin as one as well. So he's rubbing my back, and I'm like leaning on my arm, you know, like propping my head up. And obviously, like you're going to lose blood flow if you're like propping your fat ass up on a limb for an hour and 45 minutes. So my arm kind of fell asleep, and I decided to take that and run with it because, you know, all the while I'm going, deep breaths, like freaking Andrew out. I like to keep him like a little bit unsettled and like worried about me, nervous, because he just like runs so nervous. And it's just like, once again, it just reinstates the power dynamic in my favor. So like he's constantly indebted to me. Like if I laid on the sofa all day for the rest of this pregnancy while he like fanned me with a palm leaf and like fed me frozen grapes, I still want him to feel like he hasn't done enough. And that's the culture of my home. And I've done such a great job for so many years, and I will write a book about it one day because proof is in the pudding, and that pudding is indebted to me. So my arm kind of fell asleep, and I start to like shake it to try to get the blood flow back, you know, when it's like all tingly. And he's like, what's going on? I said, I don't know. It's so weird. Like my arm's kind of numb. And he's like, I can see the panic immediately on Andrew's face. If I say anything, like my ankle hurts, he gets on that ChatGPT, he starts Googling, he's on WebMD. And with him, it is always the worst case scenario. Like he jumps to the worst conclusions. And am I preying on his trauma? Yeah, I am a little bit. But, the arm is tingling and I'm shaking it. And this is the other trick. You always have to be like, it's fine. I'm fine. Because you want to position yourself in a place of like power, but also like downplaying it. So they're always, you don't want to over dramatize anything. So even if something's really bad, like Andrew knows that my limbs could be falling off and I'd be like, I'm fine. We're going for sushi. So, but with pregnancy, like there's so much more to work with, so many unknown factors. So I'm shaking the arm and he's like, what do you mean it's numb? And I'm like, it's just, I don't know. It's like tingly and numb. And then I see the panic in his face and I'm like, I'm going to warp this into my favor and have a beautiful siesta. He's like, do you think it's a circulation thing? Did it fall asleep? I'm like, no, I've never felt this way before. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, it's just like numb and tingly. He starts getting on Google because the eyeballs are spinning in his head. And he's like, does the left side of your face also feel numb? And I'm like, maybe. And he's like, Jackie, you have to be really careful. Like you promised me, like you have to tell me if something's wrong. I'm like, Andrew, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to go to sleep now. He's like, Jackie, is your face numb? And I'm like, I'm not sure. I have a residual Botox. He goes, because you could be having a stroke. Apparently women with thalassemia, which is something that I have, like a low red blood cell, people with low red blood cells are more prone to strokes. So if you're having a stroke, you have to tell me. I'm like, then I was like, okay, now this man is in a 5150 and I don't really want to deal with his emotions. I'm like, Andrew, my fucking arm's asleep. Do you want to call the cops? Should we call the paramedics? Like, calm the fuck down. So that's just like a tip and a trick. Pregnant or not pregnant, milk it and shift that power dynamic. Make them worried about you all the time. Mystery, okay? Alert, intrigue. These are the foundations of a happy, healthy marriage. And if you don't understand it, you're probably not happily married. So that's on you. Back to Not All Heroes Wear Capes. It is not I, but it is one Where the Heart Is Yaya Sisterhood star, Ashley Judd. And as I was pretending to be so ill and depleted, while I really just wanted like 20 minutes to bed rot, which I never do, I wanted to like lay in bed and go on TikTok and like not be overstimulated by my son or my husband. So I was like, I really need to lay down. I'm out of breath and that tingly arm is back. So I lay in bed and it just goes to show, sometimes deception leads you to such a beautiful gift. So I'm laying in bed pretending to be like out of it. Well, I'm just scrolling away, looking at, paprika chicken and outfits that people wore in Capri. Like, who fucking cares? It's all the same shit. Everyone's doing the same fucking shit. The same shit. Let's look at these outfits one more time. Let's all use the same overdub music. Feels like summer. Dun, 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 dun. Feels like summer. Get a fucking life. Get a fucking life with your music supervision and all the same poses and all the same people and all the same sunglasses and all the same places with all the same music. Boring, dumb. Ashley Judd is giving us something that we couldn't even conceive, okay? Who is Ashley Judd? Where has Ashley Judd been? You know how I know I'm a decent human being? Before I reposted her most recent reel, which changed me, it changed the fiber of my being. It's set to Joni Mitchell's Both Sides Now, which is on my menstrual playlist when I'm having a day and I'm trying to get tears out for sodium retention. I have not cried in... God, I haven't cried in so long. I'm just like not a crier. Sometimes I feel like it would make other people more comfortable around me if I expressed emotions that were not real more, but they don't come to me. And it's not like I'm stifling or repressing anything. It's that it's not natural. So a lot of times, especially, with family and camaraderie, I feel a need to fabricate despair or any type of like sadness, emotion that it doesn't naturally come to me. I run pretty happy and grateful and process things in a very logistical way. But when I feel like I need to muster up an emotion that's not happy, because if I watch like Academy Award speeches or people winning things, I cry, like bawl, like can't get through the days. Live performances, singing, award shows, any Nancy Meyers film, Happy Score, Father of the Bride, beginning credits, bawling, but like joy, nostalgia, tingle feelings. But like deep, deep sadness, like at a funie, you're not getting it from me. My dad texted me a couple days ago. He's like, let's call her Gina. Gina so-and-so passed. And I'm like, she was 100 years old. He's like, it's very sad. And I'm like, yeah, a beautiful, like, to me, that's a celebration. And I literally texted back to the group family chat. It's like a family friend who, she was literally pushing 100. I said, everyone's going to be okay. And my dad was like, wow. And I'm like, everyone's going to be okay. She's 97 years old. I'm not going to be a pillar of strength to a family that lost a 100-year-old. And he's like, well, you know, when grandma, I'm like, we're going to be okay. After 85, I think it's a good go. You know, I'm not the right person for this. I'm like, that's great. Mazel tov, cheers. Let's have a deli platter and release the doves into the sky. I don't know. That's not something that gets me misty. You know, it's always sad, but they're better off. You know, we don't want them on bedpans, like plugged into a wall. So roll over, go night night, and you should be so lucky to live to 90. I mean, 90 something. That's exciting. That's a great fucking ride. Where was I going with this? Oh, so when I'm like need to kind of emote the feelings, Joni Mitchell's Both Sides now can kind of, it can get me in my feels like mid-menstrual cycle if I'm in an off day, underslept, the clouds are out. I don't know. So Ashley Judd posts this beautiful, I mean, you could never write this. You could never recreate this. These hoes on Instagram could fucking never. Ashley Judd is the greatest follow on Instagram that you could possibly imagine. She's hitting you with a montage of she's outside, she's al fresco, she's diving in some beautiful Italian waters. It looks like she's in Switzerland. She's picking flowers. She's holding a baby chicken. She's rolling down a hill. She's physically rolling down a hill. She's dancing on a balcony. She's got 2 hula hoops on her arms and she's doing a hula hoop routine. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. She's giggling into the abyss. We don't know what the fuck's going on. All to the tunes of Joni Mitchell. And I saw this, I watched it 1,400 times. And I said, this is exactly what I fucking needed today. I have posted it on Instagram. It's been 2.5 hours. I've posted it 14 times. And I am going to post it another 13 times because I want to oversaturate people's feed with Ashley Judd because we don't fucking deserve her. We don't deserve her. What was that movie? It was Where the Heart Is with Natalie Portman and those bad extensions. And then she gives birth in a Walmart. That could be me. By the way, I'm ugly, fat, and poor. I could 100% give birth in a Walmart. I mean, this thing's going to fly out of me. Why was she in the Walmart, though? Because she was homeless, unhoused. We don't say homeless anymore. Somebody corrected me. Okay, true story. Wasn't going to share it. It's a little too on the nose, and I know this person listens to the podcast. We were at a dinner, and I was saying something about... Where was I? I was saying something about how our neighborhood and like we were talking about the homeless crisis as one does. I didn't bring it up. I'm like, oh my God, this is why I stay home. Jesus fucking Christ. Not dinner conversation. Remember when Countess Luann meets Heather Thompson for the first time at Sonia Morgan's townhouse? I think about this all the time. And she's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. Like, you look so beautiful. And Heather Thompson comes out with, oh, yeah, I mean, my dad just died. And Countess Luann, they cut to her confessional. And she's like, darling, I mean, we just met. Like, this is not cocktail hour talk. And everyone was like, that's so insensitive. And I thought, I kind of agree with Countess Luann. Like, you don't need to trauma dump on these bitches you just met. Like, you work your way into the party, have a bruschetta, and then tell them about your dead dad. But we've just done introductions. But I'm insensitive like that. So what do I fucking know? I am uncomfortable kind of like all the time now that I'm pregnant, and we're just barely past the halfway mark. So the last thing I want to deal with is uncomfortable scratch fabrics. That's why the only thing I let touch my body is Skims Cotton Basics. The fabric is so soft, so comfortable. I got the Skims maternity fold over pant and t-shirt. I wear it to sleep every single night. Okay. I have every color. I have the ribbed boy shorts that I wear the matching t-shirt. I'm not joking. I promise you. Okay. Like I swear, may I be stricketh dead if I'm lying. Skims, their t-shirts, their sweatshirts, their underwear, their bras, their pajamas. It's kind of like all I wear, okay? And thank God they started sponsoring this podcast because it was getting like a little embarrassing. It's the only underwear that I will ever wear for the rest of my life, okay? The everyday cotton, like everything in that collection, I don't know what they did, but it's perfect. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that I sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select my show in the drop-down menu that follows. Thank you. You know what I want to focus on after popping this baby out? Getting as many nips, tucks, and injectables as humanly possible in one sitting. You know what I don't want to focus on? Mealtime. There are so many feeding stages and so many options, and most of them do not meet the standards. Luckily, I've got Little Spoon, which is my godsend. Little Spoon is the one trusted place to shop meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids, all made with real ingredients, so you don't have to lower your standards at each developmental milestone. Clyde is obsessed with Little Spoon plates, okay? They're heat and eat meals with superfoods and hidden veggies. They're amazing for picky eaters, ready in minutes. They deliver real nutrition. Plus, Little Spoon now has organic infant formula for those first bottles. I will be feeding my next of kin Little Spoon organic infant formula. I've done a lot of research. I was just doing this last night, and like the Little Spoon organic infant formula is coming in at the top of like every list. And I trust this company so much. And like, I'm a Little Spoon girl through and through. If you haven't tried it and you have kids, what the hell are you doing? Feeding the kids doesn't have to be complicated. Little Spoon makes it easy with real nutritionally balanced meals and snacks designed for every stage. It shows up ready to go, takes the pressure off, and somehow still gets devoured, veggies and all. No artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners either. You know what? That's a win I'll take every time. Get 30% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/Bible with code Bible. That's littlespoon.com/Bible with code Bible for 30% off your first order. So I'm at this dinner party and I said the word homeless, not in a jestful manner. I would never. I was like really talking about solutions. I'm like, let's look at other countries that have tackled this. Like, what do we do? What are our options? You know, I was trying to be like woke and interesting and sophisticated. And this girl leans over. Hey, girly girl, I know you listen. So thank you so much. Can't wait to get coffee next week. She clutches my arm. There's a lot of arm clutching. That's the theme of this episode. And she goes, it's unhoused. And I said, I still say homeless because I actually think unhoused is more rude. Then we ended up having a conversation. By conversation, I mean one woman monologue about why we're not allowed to use the term homeless versus unhoused. Like, well, let's really get into the mechanics of this. Why is homeless is more offensive than unhoused? It's the same fucking thing. We are just mincing and parsing and being upset about words for no fucking reason. Also, I would like to retract. Should we bleep Butch Dyke? No, we can't. We just can't. I'll issue a formal apology next week. She's gonna love this episode. I was like, what's the difference between unhoused and homeless? Honestly, because it's feeling synonymic to me. Okay, it's feeling symbiotic. It's feeling like a synonym. Toast crunch. Word sound like word. Sorry, I can't get down on the get down with you. Like, let's not get crazy here. Let's talk about the issue and not the lexicon, because everyone gets really focused on those little details and then they miss the big picture. They're majoring in the minors, as they say, okay, with no fucking follow through. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Majoring in the minors. Who said that? Oh, my best friend said that the other day and it really stuck with me. And I can't remember if she said major in the minors or minor in the majors. One of the two shook me to my core. I was like, did you just make that up? That is so smart. She was referring to people that get really hopped up on small details, but like never execute full picture. Like they don't, like they live in a vacuum and then you never really like flush out the full project or the full puzzle because you're so focused on stupid shit instead of executing. I love that it was so impactful to me and then I can't remember which one it was. Doesn't matter. Use your fucking brain and figure it out. So anyways, the moral of that really long story is that everyone needs to go follow Ashley Judd because I don't know where she's been, but she's been having a good time. And another thing I would like to disclose since we're on a wave of honesty. Hold on. Let me sip from my mauve Yeti. How do people keep the tops to these Yetis because I have 700 of them and I don't have one top. So I just free ball it. Oh, I wish that was vodka. I can't wait. Can't fucking wait. I've really timed this pregnancy well because I will be like back on the sauce by Thanksgiving, like before, way before. So isn't that exciting? Like I've planned it so perfectly because like I just have to make it to the beginning of November and then I'll be able to like coast through the holidays. It'll be cold. I will be like just like in a pashmina, like covering my body, and then I'll erupt like a butterfly come February. And I'll be back in business, back on the sauce, puffy princess, like whatever, who cares? This is how I know I'm a good person. Before I posted the Ashley Judd video in all of her like just careless wonder, I Googled because I like hadn't seen her and I was confusing her with another actress. I was like, is everything okay? Like I made sure like medically everything was okay with Ashley Judd before I posted. And it's not that I'm making fun of her because I really want to clarify this. Some people I'm just totally making fun of, but I do feel like I'm punching up, not down. And I'm not like attacking anyone's looks or family or career. Like it's always just, I'm trying to really deep dive this, and I'm also making excuses for myself because at the end of the day, I'm just a fucking bitch, right? Right? And we know that, but let me try to like make sense of this. Sometimes I just see things and I think they're embarrassing and dumb. So I repost them because I think they're embarrassing and dumb and it makes me laugh. And it's really that simple. And it's not lovely to say. It's very unflattering, but that is the truth. That's not the case with Ashley Judd. I mean, I'm just like kind of enamored with people on the internet who are just like being themselves, even if it's dork 2000 or like really, really weird. And I want to celebrate it. And I'm not making fun of her. I'm really not. Like I'm obsessed with her. I just kind of think it's funny. So is that? I'm not sure. I just kind of think it's amazing and incredible. You know, like when I see Ramona Singer dancing to the Puerto Rica song, as she says in her voiceover, she's like, San Juan, mi hijo, capital of Puerto Rica. And she like misses the dub. Like she's perfect. Okay. She's in a sarong with her little belly, living her best life, looking fucking great at 70 years old. Ashley Judd is rolling down a hill in Switzerland. Who filmed it? We don't know. She's giggling. She's laughing. She's having the time of her life. And for that, I say, cheers, Ashley Judd. I mean, think about when, you know what it is? It's such a beautiful juxtaposition of all of these girls just like posing and looking away with jawline and like posing and ring lights and such like these contrived images. Everyone is so cool, so fashion, so traveled, so woke, it's just such a bullshit buffet that we're getting served every day that when you see somebody like Ashley Judd just, you know, in the woods, dodging Lyme's disease with a couple fucking hula hoops in a maxi dress with her gray roots, just chuckling, not giving 3/8 of a fuck. I like that. I like it a lot. I like what I see. So this one's for you, Ashley Judd. Let's talk about a real fucking weirdo. I was not privy to the fact that Kesha, TikTok on the clock, collects teeth. She recently did an interview where she explained her unorthodox hobby of collecting human teeth. She has amassed over 1,000 teeth from fans over the years. She uses them to create jewelry, including necklaces, earrings, a belt, and a headdress. She keeps her collection stored in jars around her home, in part because she claims it freaks out straight men. It also freaks out straight women, okay? That would be me. Kesha's fascination with teeth began years ago when she became particularly obsessed with her fans. Someone mentioned that their child had lost a tooth. She asked to have it so she could turn it into a piece of art, which kicked off a massive influx of donations. Her affinity for the body parts of her loved ones extends to her pets as well, as she keeps the teeth for cats as a way to remember them. Now, I don't want to make this about me, but let's for just a second, because I have been on record saying that I wanted to take Leo's teeth, dip them in gold, and make a pave, kind of like Jackie Aish choker necklace, kind of similar to the necklace that I'm wearing right now, but instead of just like little diamond pear-shaped diamonds, just teeth pave. which is still, a body chain. I always said I would do a body chain or like a windmill with his limbs once we got him taxidermied. But so I did it first, but collecting human teeth, yeah, I don't know if I would be so open about that. I mean, I would keep that in the vault. Keeping your kid's tooth for a necklace feels, I just don't like that one bit. That feels like a little demonic and satanic to me. And like, I'm not a religious person, but I don't know that I need a bunch of randos' teeth around my house. You know what I mean? That really freaked me out. I just want you to know that I'm a journalist and I want to show my my outline for this week's episode. These are the only things that I have written down. Christina at Icon Tiles in Orange. That was just an unrelated note because I need to call a woman named Christina from Icon Tiles in Orange because I'm waiting on a shipment. I hijacked another person's order of a Cordoba cream paver because I'm doing a checkerboard with limestone and Cordoba cream travertine because I've, got a bunch of different travertine samples. Some are too brown, some are too pink. So I need that perfect kind of beige to offset the lightness of the limestone, and they both need to be from the same distributor because we can't have a height difference. It's a lot, but basically whatever. So Christina from Icon Tiles in Orange, I called you twice. If you could call me back, that would be great. Thank you so much. Also, I'm taking any donations. I ordered most of my outdoor furniture. I did this is off brand, but I found beautiful things from our house. Not a sponsor, paid retail. Thank you so much. I got the Surrey collection. I ordered from Summer Classics they have like a brass finial, like powder coated aluminum dining chairs, which I thought were gorgeous. I bought an outdoor table from CB2. I bought green marble side tables for the lounge chairs. And then a green marble outdoor coffee table because I'm doing like a little smoking vignette by the outdoor kitchen with like some club chairs, 4 club chairs, and then like a low asymmetrical green marble table. And I'm doing these built-in day beds with a Liberty London, custom Liberty London outdoor bolster pillows. And then it's going to be so sexy. It's so disgusting right now. I can't even get into it. And it's just the most expensive project that we've ever done, like times 3, probably. Times like 3. But it is financially devastating, but it is going to be so beautiful. I did not custom. Sorry. I did. That was a lie. Oh my God. Whoopsie doodle. I did wall caps, like limestone rounded bullnose wall caps, because I just can't have I'm not a modern coping person. Even with the pool, that they had originally ordered modern coping. I'm not a modern coping person. I like a bullnose with a detailed edge. So all the retaining walls have this beautiful stone wall cap. It's so it's just gorgeous. It's going to be really, really gorgeous. And my fireplace, I have a green honed Verde soapstone bench with the stacked limestone. And I can't wait to park my ass out on that fucking yard. Let me tell you a little secret, okay? I don't care what any of these mama bear influencers try to tell you. The only supplement that you need to take during your pregnancy is Ritual's Essential Prenatal. I took it through my entire pregnancy with Clyde. I've been doing the same with Crotch Goblin number 2. Their multivitamin is clinically backed. It's clean, traceable ingredients like choline, folate, omega-3. Plus, Ritual aligns with whatever your new diet goals are. They're vegan, gluten, and major allergen-free, non-GMO. They don't use any synthetic colorants. Also, pregnancy, rough. Okay, first trimester, rough. Ritual will not upset your stomach. It is designed to be easy to swallow, gentle on digestion, which is a godsend. Ritual is also the #1 best-selling prenatal. It is no surprise why. They formulate with methylated folate, which was clinically proven to help your body better absorb the nutrients you need. Plus, the capsule is designed to dissolve in the small intestine, which is like an optimal place to absorb nutrients. Don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/Bible. Start Ritual or add the Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/Bible for 25% off. If there's one thing I love, it's a wellness hack, okay? I love the sauna. I love the red light therapy. I love the magnesiums, even though I have no idea what any of them do. But let me tell you something. No health upgrade has had half of the impact that upgrading my mattress has, okay? It makes so much sense when you think about it. You spend a third of every day on it, or if you're me, half of your day on it. And there's no mattress I'd rather spend my time on than my Lisa mattress, okay? First, we got a Lisa for the guest room, and then my dad was like, what is this mattress? It's amazing. I'm like, Raleigh. And then I bought Lisa mattresses for every other bedroom in my house because they're perfection. Okay. Go to lisa.com for 25% off mattresses, plus get an extra $50 off with promo code Bible exclusive for my listeners. That's LEESA.com, promo code Bible for 25% off mattresses, plus an extra $50 off. Support our show. Let them know that we sent you after checkout. Lisa.com, promo code Bible. Okay, this is my very lengthy outline. Icon tiles in orange. Then it says JLo's vagina. Where is it? And Kesha collecting teeth. And that's all I have. That's all she wrote. We've talked about nothing. JLo performed in Italy at a Dolce & Gabbana event recently. And anytime she's ever performed, she is wearing a leotard that is so, and maybe I'm projecting because I don't know what my vagina looks like right now, but I can imagine that it's not what it usually is. It just like feels heavy down there. You know what I mean? Like things are feeling heavy and unsupported. You should know. So I might just be projecting and a little bit more laser focused on JLo's disappearing vagina. Like, is it hidden under those dust ruffles on all of her undersized furniture in her home by Rachel Ashwell? We don't know. But whenever she's wearing those leotards, they are so wafer thin in the labia. And I need to know, is she wearing an opaque tight underneath, like a smoothing system that looks like a bare body, but is really like a tight, so that regardless if something falls out or not, like we're never going to see the vagina? Or is she bare? Like she's wearing like fishnets and a fucking leotard? Because if so, I need to physically understand where her vagina is, because I have a petite vagine and I could never how are you dancing like that and your vagina is not coming out? It is the size of a pencil down there. Like what is going on? How is that working? I need to know how that works. Because I watch all the videos and it's all I look at. Okay, speaking of Butch Dykes. I did text one of my lesbian friends and I said, do you think it's not like I'm going to get in trouble for saying Butch Dyke like 14 times in this week's episode? She said that saying Butch and Dyke separately I could probably get away with, but saying them together is slightly offensive. Pride Month is over. That's what I said to her. I said, Pride is over. And she was like, fuck you. And I was like, okay. Yeah, just like can't figure out JLo's vagina. Wow, this is taking a turn. Maddie Healy from the 1975 and Gabriette were married this weekend in Los Angeles. Congratulations. He celebrated, is that the right word? He participated in his bachelor party last week and went to a 1975 cover band show and then performed, kind of appeared drunken and barefoot. He got a lot of shit for this online because, you know, the Swifties, I mean, he's on their shit list forever and ever and ever. Here's my deep, dark secret. I love the 1975. I've always loved the 1975. I do hate kind of the rebrand post Taylor Swift relationship of what the band has become because it's just they got too many eyeballs on them. But I am low-key, high-key a huge 1975 fan. I walked down the aisle. I walked down the aisle to Andrew Sung, but my bridal party, embarrassing. Oh my God. I had so many bridesmaids. You guys, it was a dark time. My mom had just died and I was like, we're going through with the wedding. It was like 8 months later. And I'm like, we're not canceling. Like, let's go. And everyone's like, oh my God, she's crazy. I feel so bad for her. And I was like, yay, I'm a bride. Like, nobody cry. And then so I had so many bridesmaids because I was just like filling a void. I'm like, yay, we're doing this. Somebody like put me in a Vera Wang dress and stick a bow on my head. Like, we're getting married. Woo! Probably should have just like postponed or like eloped. But because everything was so fresh and everyone felt so bad for me. And I like felt it so hard. And I was just like, oh my God, like buck up. Like can we pivot? It's that small hippocampus. Cue Joni Mitchell, both sides now. Let's have a little cry together. I looked at life from both sides now. Whatever. What was I saying? Oh, my bridal party walked down to an instrumental version of Menswear by the 1975, which I thought was like cool and airy and breathless. But so people just hate Matty Healy. And like, he's obnoxious, but the songs are good. I'm sorry. Like, all the songs are good. I went to the concert. I saw him twice. I wish Clyde is so obsessed with them too. Like obsessed with the 1975. He fucking loves it. He calls his song when he goes, Mommy, play my song. It's Love It If We Made It, which are, let's just go over the first lyrics. Mother of the Year, CPS, clip this. And luckily he has a bit of a speech impediment, so he can't sing all the words. Love it if we made it. Clyde's favorite song that he refers to as his song. He goes, Mommy, play my song. I said, okay, bye-bye, Clyde. We're fucking in a car, shooting heroin, saying controversial things just for the hell of it, selling melanin and then suffocate the black men. Start with misdemeanors and we'll make a business out of them. And we can find out the information, access all the applications that are hardening positions based on miscommunication. Fuck your feelings. Truth is only hearsay. We're just left to decay. Modernity has failed us. And I'd love it if we made it. So that's my son's song. We'll talk about that in therapy later. People are really bagging on Matty Healy because of his bachelor party, and all these videos surfaced of him basically hijacking this 1975 cover band in Malibu and like getting on the stage and performing. And then all of his groomsmen or bachelor party attendees are dressed up as versions of him. Now, most people don't plan their own bachelor party. So I don't know if we can fully fault him for that. I low-key think it's hilarious that his friends dressed up as him and then took him to a 1975 cover band performance. Like, I think that's funny, but I can understand how like public perception, people be like, oh my God, narcissist, especially because everyone hates him because, you know, he fucked with our girl and he's being burned at the stake for all of eternity. Saw some pictures of him and Gabriette. She looks, they're a hot couple. My low-key, high-key secret is also that I find Matty Healy attractive, and I don't really know why because I'm not really into wormy fuck boys, but I do find him very attractive, and I'm not really sure why because he's completely not my type, but I find him hot. And she's like so gorgeous. I mean, she's really like the only person that can pull off like that thin eyebrow. And she's like very cool girl, but she does seem kind of actually cool. And like we would never be friends because I just can't relate. Like I can never relate to that girl. Like I have nothing in common with that girl. Like someone who like only wears vintage and like little bags and leather pants and like tank tops and like dark lip liner and black hair. And they're just like, this is like what I think of when I think of like girls like Gabriette. Like in a cool way though. You know what I mean? Like they're just like cool. Like they don't fucking care. Like who cares? I'm just wearing a little tank top. My hair is black and I have thin eyebrows and I wear lip liner and I like drink beer and I smoke cigarettes and I don't fucking care. I don't know. I just can't relate. I know a lot of them and I'm like, do you just want to have a martini and talk shit and go to like a chain restaurant? Because if that's not on the docket, we're not going to be friends. We can't be friends. Thank you. I mean, the juxtaposition of Taylor Swift to Gabriette is sharp. You know what I mean? I was like, he rushed it because like she got married and he's heartbroken. No, that you guys grow up. Grow the fuck up, okay? It's giving young adult novella. Don't even like Mazel tov. That's what I say. Congratulations to you both. And on that note, I'm going to go wrap my child's drum set, okay? An array of bows. Thank you so much for listening. I really just would like to take the opportunity to say that I've had no outline. I had no mission statement here today. We've covered everything and nothing at the same time. I've barely taken a breath. And I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this, and I don't feel like people are talking about it enough. I feel completely over celebrated and like imposter syndrome every day, but also just completely underrated. And you should know it. I'm looking you dead in the eye, like overpaid and underrated. On that note, I'm gonna go. Everyone go listen to the Bump Bible. It's the only pregnancy podcast that you need. And I hope you enjoy it because I've really enjoyed recording it. And I'm like trying to just like now we're landing. Goodbye.
Hello, and welcome to Pluto Phone. If you know the name of the movie you'd like to see, just stream it for free on Pluto TV, where all your blockbuster favorites are landing all summer long. Catch Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Fantastic.
The Matrix Trilogy.
Welcome to the real world.
Mean Girls.
Shut up!
Titanic.
I'm the king of the world.
And so much more. For showtimes, press nothing. They're free 24/7.
That is so fetch.
On Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.